at both of the officers, and then like a full gunfire broke out, and both of the officers were killed.
Oh my God.
Philip Black was one of the men. One of the men was a Florida trooper. The other was Donald Irwin, and he was visiting from Canada. He was a Canadian constable. So they were the two officers who were both shot and killed. After the cops were shot, Walter took off with the family still in the car. He drove to a nearby apartment complex. Walter stole a car, kidnapping. There was a man driving a car. Walter stole the car with the man still inside, and he took the family with him, which you can see where that's going because they switched cars with him. He was finally caught when he lost control of the car that he stole, and police were able to block him in and kind of barricade him.
Yeah.
The family said they had no choice but to go with him. And this is actually a fact not contradicted by witnesses. Witnesses who saw this happen in the apartment complex were like, no, he forced them like at gunpoint. Yeah. And they were like, we had no choice.
Also, like, when you're just a random family, like, why would you assume that the family with kids said, like...
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird.
Well, and Sunny said she was in the back seat, which makes sense because there's only 2 seats in the front.
Yeah, they can't all sit up front.
Yeah, and even during the shootout, Sunny said she was in the back shielding her children, and she didn't see a single thing. But the state decided to charge all 3 adults for murdering the 2 murders, for murdering the 2 cops. They charged Walter Rhodes. They charged Sunny and her boyfriend.
What?
Jesse.
No.
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
None of this case makes sense. It's kind of insane.
Okay.
Gunpowder tests showed that Walter Rhodes had definitely fired a weapon. Jesse's and Sunny's tests were inconclusive.
Of course they were.
But Walter told police that it was Sunny and Jesse who shot at the police, and he would testify against them. And he did, to get death penalty off the table. So Walter was like, no, they did it. Like, I was there and I was complacent, but they shot.
They didn't even know him.
I know. Well, no, Jesse did. Jesse knew him from, like, way back when.
Oh, yes.
Police took the death penalty off the table in exchange for a life sentence. Walter testified against the couple.
And then she got the death penalty? That's fair.
Sunny, who had never been in trouble with the law ever, had no idea what to do. So initially, and like, I can understand this part, she initially lied to officers, saying she didn't know, that they didn't know Walter. She barely knew. Like,
sure. I kind of get that.
That he had just picked her and her kids up. And, like, I get that because you're panicking. Yeah, but they did know him. So police ended up using this guy.
That sucks.
Or this lie against them.
But even if she had said she knew him, that would have been just, I feel like it would have, either way, she screwed.
Yeah. So they ended up, basically because she lied and said they didn't really know, and they didn't really know him, he was just like an old acquaintance of Jesse's, but they knew of him at least. So they used this lie against her. So they used Walter's testimony, the fact that she lied, and then there was a jailhouse informant, a woman, who said that Sunny told her, quote, she was glad she killed those cops.
Was it Nassim?
I'll get back to her in a little bit. Prosecutors, at the time, also said that Walter passed a lie detector test and that his whole story was true. The jury convicted all 3 of them. Walter got a life sentence, Jesse got the death penalty, and Sunny originally got a life sentence. This is what the jury said.
Okay.
However, the judge, who was a former Florida trooper, and remember, this was 2 cops who were killed. And I'm going to note, this judge kept a mini electric chair figurine on his desk.
Ew.
He overruled the jury and also sentenced Sunny to death.
Stop.
So they couldn't put Walter to death because he had testified. So Walter got a life sentence and Sunny and Jesse got the death penalty.
I'm sorry, but one person can't just decide that.
Right. So years later, after many appeals, her death sentence was changed to life in prison.
That can't feel that much better.
No. Over the next few years, Walter Rhodes recanted his story 3 separate times. He confessed to being the only shooter, said neither Jesse or Sunny had anything to do with it. This information was never told to Sunny, Jesse, or their attorney. 3 times. The cops kept it a secret.
I'm doing thumbs up because I'm mad.
So their conviction stood.
Yeah, okay.
Finally, in 1990, Sunny's, this part I think is really crazy. And I've seen I just ruined it. I've seen really good journalistic documentaries, so that has a play in this case. So one of Sunny's childhood friends and filmmaker. Okay, I'm just gonna get out of the way. His last name. I laughed so much while writing that. Her childhood friend and filmmaker, Mickey Dickoff.
Oh my god. Mickey.
Literally Dickoff is his last name.
Oh no. Oh, okay. Are you sure it's not Dickoff?
It's Dickoff.
Were you a cheerleader? Dickoff.
D-I-C-K. Give me a D. Give me an I. Give me a C. Give me a K. Give me an O-F-F.
Off. What does that spell?
Dick off. Men have dick offs all the time.
Hey, Mickey, you're so fun.
You're so fun. You blow my mind.
Hey, dick off.
Hey. That was not planned.
No.
Okay. I was never a cheerleader.
Me neither.
Mickey Dickoff was able to get a hold of the lie detector results from Walter Rhodes, and guess what? He failed with fucking flying colors, but the police in trial said he passed.
Whoa, what liars.
Yes. And Walter had actually told cops a very different story than what was told at trial. Walter originally confessed and then pinned it on Jesse and...
nice. When he's like, oh, I can get lesser, I don't have to get the death sentence.
Mickey also tracked down the jailhouse informant, like, all these years later, and she admitted that she made up Sonny's confession to get a deal in her own case. Shocking.
Nice. Oh, Mickey's a female?
No, Mickey. The jailhouse informant was a female.
Oh, the informant. Oh, that's right. The one
Sonny's
who
a female, so the informant would have to be a female.
Yes.
So they're in jail together.
I got confused.
With all of this, the court reversed Sonny's conviction in 1992. Sadly, Jesse had been put to death May 4th, 1990 by electric chair. So
he actually got put to death? Oh, no! What?
So Jesse got put to death in 1990. So... right before this she got released in 1992, so 2 years earlier, so he got killed for this. Neither one of them did it. But the state of Florida, like the fucking Fairbanks 4 and the fucking state of Alaska, they were unwilling to dismiss the charges against Sonny, and they actually made it clear that she was going to stay in jail and be tried again. They were like,
what? No.
Okay, your attorney, or you found all these things, we're just going to try you again.
That's not how that works.
I know, but Sonny wanted out as soon as possible, and she didn't want a new trial. Understandable. So the state offered her the option to plead guilty to second-degree murder, and she would be released immediately based on time served.
But then it would be in her record.
Exactly. Because they wanted her to agree that they did nothing wrong.
But
just
they
like
did.
The Fairbanks 4. But of course...
they killed an innocent man.
But of course, she wanted to get out of prison.
Yeah.
So she agreed.
I would have done it too. Yeah. And I'm like, I want to see my kids.
What can you do?
Adopted
it's just some fucking loophole that the cops find to be like, oh yeah, you didn't actually do it, but fuck you, say we did nothing wrong and we'll let you out.
Ew. Ew, ew, ew.
Ugh. She walked out of prison a free woman October 9th, 1992. Mickey Dickoff went on to make a documentary about this case called In the Blink of an Eye in 1996. Okay, now I'm going to talk about Peter's case, which is kind of eerily similar, at least in the beginning. So July 7th, 1980, two police officers, Henry Byrne and John... Okay, and I'm going to... I should start. It was very hard to find information about this case because it was in Ireland.
Yeah.
Very hard.
Okay.
So Henry Byrne and John Morley were murdered by supposed members of the Irish National Liberation Army while pursuing men after a bank robbery. So essentially, there were three men that robbed a bank. They were all masked. After the bank robbery, when the three men were escaping, those two police officers pursued the men, a shootout ensued, and the two police officers were shot. And then other cops were coming soon behind. So essentially, one of the three men in the masks took off running and escaped. Okay. The other two were caught at the scene. So the other two they had. And Peter was not one of those two men.
They're missing
They're missing the third man, right? So that's the gist of this. So the other two were apprehended. A third man, Peter Pringle, was arrested 2 weeks later. Now this one will make you angry because literally, so I said it was connected to the Irish National Liberation Army. So Peter Pringle, like... they had no evidence, no proof, no physical, nothing. The two men who were apprehended wouldn't say a word. So the police literally just went through their list and were like, oh, this man named Peter Pringle, he's been linked to the Liberation Army before. He's been linked to the Irish Republican Socialist Party. So they just literally went and arrested him and were like, you were the third man.
You know, like on me, they're like, you like the jihad, you read the articles.
Yeah,
you saw the video.
No evidence even linking him. They literally just were like, yeah, it's got to be this guy Pete. Like, they could have picked anyone. They just picked someone who had been known to be associated with the Liberation Party. That was it.
Hamid.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no.
All three men were found guilty and sentenced to death by hanging.
No! Oh my God.
2 weeks before their execution, the sentences were reduced to 40 years.
The luck.
Yeah, I don't even know.
The bad luck and the good luck.
And it was hard to find out why. There's not a lot of information. But the more evidence was dug into by, I don't fucking know, lawyers?
Somebody.
Someone. Peter Pringle's verdict was finally overturned because that was it. That was all they had was, we got him because he was linked. Mm-hmm. And so finally someone in 1995 was like, yo, you got no proof. Like, let him out.
Yeah. So thank you.
Yeah. Because that was it. So Peter walked out a free man in 1995 after 15 years.
That's so long.
Yeah. So, like I said, I didn't have much on Peter, but Sonny and Peter are now married.
That's crazy.
Yeah. They met in 1998, so a few years after Peter got out. Sonny traveled to Ireland to speak at an Amnesty International event against the death penalty. Mm-hmm. Peter was at one of her events. He sat in the front row and sobbed while Sonny told her story. And then the two, just started talking, and Sonny went back to the U.S., and the two just kept writing letters and talking on the phone.
Sweet.
She went back to Ireland to be with Peter, and then in 2011, the two were married in New York. And there's this picture I looked up. So there was a movie made about them, and Brooke Shields played Sonny. So Brooke Shields was front and center at their wedding. Like, Brooke Shields was standing right next to her, kind of where the maid of honor would stand while they got married. And a couple other celebrities, but I didn't know who they were. And they both say that yoga and meditation got them through the years in prison. Wow. They now live in LA, where Sonny teaches yoga, and they have set up a charity for former inmates who have been exonerated, and then let people stay with them. Like, if someone gets out of prison for being exonerated, mm-hmm. they open up their home and let people stay with them as they adjust to life on the outside, and they call their charity Sonny's Sanctuary.
Oh,
so not a ton of information, but I just had to tell their story because neither one of them fucking did it with red flags everywhere. They didn't do it. And the fact that
not them.
They built this incredible life after, and they found each other, and I don't know, that stuck with me. And I found other ones that were there's so many wrongful convictions.
I know, I kept finding them.
Mm-hmm. But this one stuck with me because they just warmed my heart so much. I just wanted to tell you guys that incredible story.
Oh, that's nice. I'm going to look up the yoga, and I'm going to look up that organization.
Yeah, it's cool. Watch interview, sunnyandpeter.com is their SUNNY, Sunny.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's such
great.
a 70s name.
And we'll post the wedding picture with Brooke Shields.
Yes.
And it's just, I don't know. It's a very short story, but...
No, it's nice.
Because their cases are kind of cut and dry. They didn't fucking do it, just let them out.
Yeah.
But just... Because I can't imagine going through that and building a life
Same with Hamid. He obviously did nothing. They didn't even charge him with something that was...
concrete. Yeah.
No, they're like, you sort of know terror. You're sympathized.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go to jail, bro. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So,
okay.
Merry positive note.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Oh, we do have a Christmas surprise for you.
Oh yeah. Okay, you guys. For our Patreon listeners, you'll get our Christmas cards as your treat. Because this doesn't really help you, but for everyone else, we are going to
release a Patreon exclusive episode for you guys to listen to, and if you like it, join our Patreon because there's more of that.
Yes.
But we are giving you a bonus episode that we recorded as a Patreon exclusive. Patrons, thank you for allowing us to share this content. Enjoy your Christmas treats.
Yes.
Coming in the mail, or that you may have already received. But for everyone else, we thought that this would be a fun little Christmas gift to have an extra bonus episode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We adore you guys.
Yes.
We joke around, and Sarah tells you to fuck off a lot.
That's Caitlin. Sarah.
Caitlin likes to blame what she does on Sarah, but no, I love you guys.
I love you too, Caitlin.
I wouldn't be me without you.
Yeah.
Them, not you, Sarah.
Oh,
I love you too.
Yeah. We all love each other. It's a big love circle.
I love you. You love me. What's the Barney song? What's the
something. We're a great big family with a
great big hug and a kiss from me to you. Won't you say you love me too? Oh my God, I had no idea that was still buried in my brain somewhere.
No idea Barney was still...
I love you. You love me.
We're a perfect family with a great big hug and a kiss from me to you. Won't you say you love me too? Merry Christmas.
Sorry.
Do you have a joke?
Oh, shit, yeah. Oh, shit, yeah. Hey, Sarah.
Yeah.
What happened to the thief who stole a Christmas Advent calendar? He got 25 days.
That's relevant.
That is relevant. Good job.
So,